Hey guys, do my makeup with me while I answer some specific questions that I got in my TikTok DMs. Now, although I refer everybody to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm going to be talking a lot on there about my jail experience, and I was like kind of thinking of doing like a series. So I don't want to derail you guys from following and subscribing to watch that. But I did want to answer some specific questions because it really wasn't too much death and the experience, more so about like the parole experience. So somebody asked me about like the parole process and how that went upstate. Interesting. So it was a little weird for me because my attitude kind of changed. I feel like it is what you make it. Like, if you feel like it's going to go bad, most likely it's going to go bad. If you let that like fear of what everybody is around you telling you about how it's going to be when you go up to see like parole and stuff like that, you going to be fucked. Like everybody that I like sat up state with and watch go crazy and scramble their brains because the same motherfucker who did not get a fucking approved to go home is scaring you because you might have a chance. So the worst thing you can possibly do is like, tell people your business and let them put their experience on you. Now, I say that because it fucks with your confidence. Like, you already know kind of what you want to say when you going in there, because when you first get there, they give you an interview process. And you know what? Let's just start from there. Let's just start from my personal experience. And I am not going to really list the products that I'm using. I could, but I pretty much feel like this was a day where I use like the same old products that I normally use. So I will drop them down below. And you can always comment if you have a question about something specifically that I was using. All right, so we're going to take it back to 2023. All right, so I got upstate in, I believe, April of 2023. So when you first get up there, you are in like this quarantine section. So inside of the quarantine section, it's almost like where they hold you. Now, I don't know if it was because it was quarantine time, but it's fun to note that I was up there in 2023, so the pandemic was like literally over. Anyway, so you're in this like little quarantine section before you get over there with the others who waiting to be classified. So in this section, you're pretty much in limbo. You're in blues. So during this little time period, you're most likely in a cell with someone that you came upstate with, or sometimes someone that was already up there. If it's a slow day and they don't really have murderers coming inside of the prison, you may be in a cell by yourself for a couple of days. So while you over there, you're just waiting for your test to come back clear to show that you're able to go over on the other side with the people who already passed that point. All in all, you're still in blues. This is still the classified point. Okay, so much like these brows that I'm trying to perfect, you want to perfect this classified point because you're being watched, you're being monitored, and anything you say or do during this point dictates where you're going to be around the jail and how you're moving forward, because you have not been classified yet. So while you're still over here in classification, you are being monitored, you're being watched. All right, so after our test results came back, now we pretty much got like our money wagon going, like the system. We are in a system. Most likely your folks can put money on your books. Most likely you can go and check the kiosks and text. Now, I was fortunate enough to have like a couple $100 already sitting up there. And then I actually had people on in the system that had already like stalked me enough, not saying it in a negative way, but they had already like followed my travels enough to know like I was going upstate or whatever. So I had people on there already. So, all right, I got up there April 2023. I was in classification for 7 weeks. Classification for 7 weeks, meaning I was sitting waiting to be classified. So during those times, when you're in blues, you get to go out, you eat, you go into your medical, you're doing stuff like that, but you can't really do any programs. You can't really join the rest of the campus in the world like that. You're walking around in blues, they're walking around in in browns. What was it up there? Burgundy? I forget. I don't know. Anyway, 7 weeks later, which was June 8th, 2023, I was classified, and I did not have to take any programs. I did not have to go through any drug treatment or anything, which is important for you to keep your cool and not listen to what anybody tell you, because people that think they know your case, or people that think they know everything, will be like, oh, they're going to give you this, they're going to give you that. And no, you just be you, stay real, and they're going to give you what you were already telling yourself you're going to get, most likely. So I got classified. They ask you a bunch of questions. They give you a drug evaluation, a mental evaluation. They look at your criminal record. I don't want to go into too many details because, like I said, I'm going to share it on my series. And by series, I mean I'm just going to probably record a whole little vlog and then break it up in sections. You know, if you know, you know. All right, so boom, yeah, classified June 8th, and then you don't really know what they're giving you yet. Like, you're literally sitting waiting to see what your result is. So as I was waiting to see what my result is, most people that wait too long, they end up thinking, oh, they're going to send me to another jail. I ain't think that, because I just knew. Like, you know, you just know. All right, so that was June 8th. On June 15th, June 8th was a Thursday. On June 15th, which was 7 days later, which was the following Thursday, is when I finally got moved to Browns. They told me to pack my cell up. I got moved. I won't mention the unit. Like I said, I'll share those details later on. So I was over there. All right, boom. It's June 15th. A couple weeks later is when I had my first parole appointment interview, and that was July 11th. Now, this was highly anticipated because everybody like, oh, how your interview go, that determines how parole go, like in the long run, and you got to do this. Yeah. Like I said, don't listen to nobody say, because everything goes different depending on the type of personality you got. I was in there. I answered the questions. I was already on some, I'm not going to let nobody make me feel no type of way. Like, I already pled guilty to a situation that I didn't cause. So I was pretty much going to stay true to me and my culture on some real nigga shit. So I was just like honest. And sometimes they like to tell you upstate, depending on that first interview, is how quick you get the second one. And so when I didn't get like a second parole hearing right off bat, I'm like, oh, well, maybe they took my bluntness, like, oh, this girl didn't learn her lesson, or she don't feel bad, she don't have sympathy. But that was what it was. That was July 11th. Now it's like these boards and stuff, like almost like schedules, calendars, as you will, posted up on the block. That's how you know when you got appointments. It's important to look at that all day. You don't even got to look at it one time a day. Look at it every chance you get, because it's always something new popping up on there. So like literally so long went by. My interview was July 11th. We are now in August. I didn't hear anything back. So boom, thing pop up on there. I didn't even see it, but everybody was telling me, oh my God, Kaya, your parole on there for August 24th. Now, what's embarrassing is now everybody in your business, because they know you're going up to the board. They're going to either fuck with you, literally, or fuck with you on some real shit and make sure don't nobody touch you type shit. And my folks was fucking with me on some real shit. They made sure nobody touched me, came my way, because people will try you when they know them papers about to be in. So that was August 24th, met with parole. Not going to get into no details about the approach or what I said or what happened in there, because like I said, I want you guys to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is just nearly a timeline, because someone asked me. August 24th was when I seen parole. I went in there, kept it real. Ain't shit not one tear, because a bitch been stopped feeling sorry for some shit. So I went in there. Everybody that came out before me was crying like their fucking grandmom just died. And I was the only one that didn't cry. But I promise you, I was the only one that went home too. Anywho, we'll get into those details later. But so that was August 24th. And on September 1st, I got my green sheet, and they checked my home plant that same day. They went out on September 7th to like literally physically go look at my home plant. And then on September the 13th, I forget what happened on September the 13th, but I remember these dates, so they just popping up in my head. Anyway, September 20th, which was on a Wednesday, which was my soul day, which in numerology is one of my favorable days. That's when I went home, guys. That's when I got released. That's when the real me blossomed and bloomed on some real nigga type shit. That's when life started. That's when I felt rebirth. That's when I felt excited enough to come home and share this journey with y'all, because it was not easy. But looking back on it, I know I will have probably harder challenges in life, because you know what? That taught me more than it took from me, if that makes sense. Do it make sense? Let me repeat that. It taught me more than what it took from me. Meaning what I lost from this situation is nothing, because what I gained from the situation is everything. And that's why I want you guys to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because it's just not all about beauty. It's just not all about vlogging. Like, I want to be motivation to girls like me. I want to be motivation to independent women. I want to be motivation to newly divorced women, people who left a fucking 20-year relationship and still blossom, a 15-year relationship and still blossom, woman who's been battling any type of disease in life and overcame that and still blossom, because not one of us is better than the next, but we are all here to encourage and motivate each other. And that's why I want to tell my story. So like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there's always a better life after. And Joe, where? Like, I remember my first day home, a lady told me it looked like I was in beauty camp. Like, you couldn't have been in jail. You were in beauty camp the whole time. And that's just what I want y'all to think. Because what? She didn't break. She didn't fall. She blossomed. So yeah, guys, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram. Facebook is for the family, but in the club, we're all fam.